All right, guys. Anytime I'm teaching, I see people doing this, and it drives me batty, and it's so illogical that people try it anyway. And I've even seen coaches like try to force it upon their students, and it just makes no sense to me. Guys, my name is Bill Jones, head instructor of top level martial arts in beautiful downtown Cuyahoga Falls. This is Professor's Corner. I am a black belt under Master Pedro Sauer. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about what I'm going to talk about, please, put them below. And of course, I always have to do the typical YouTube thing and ask you to please like and subscribe. All right, guys, so have you ever done this? You're doing a move, whatever, let's say a sweep of some sort, and then you say, okay, let's try the other side. And it's almost humorous to the point where everybody's like, okay, I'm going to try it on my stupid side now, right? Like, because you can't do it that way, but you try it anyway because you think that you're miraculously going to be able to, or I don't know what. But anyway, it's not a good idea. You're wasting your time on a very large level. Think about something like writing. It is impossible. This has been researched. It's not possible to force yourself to be ambidextrous. It's something that you either are or are not. You are either able to write normally with both hands or you are not. I am not. I'm a right-handed person. Some people are lefties. Very, very, very few are truly ambidextrous in that they can use both hands to the same level with fine motor dexterity. And that's the real key here. You see, when I took karate and taekwondo and kung fu, we had to do everything on both sides. But those are gross motor movements. And what that means is it's just like, a punch, right? It's just this big, large action that's coming across. It's a gross motor movement, a big movement. And that's easy to duplicate on both sides. The power generation is still not going to be the same because there's a lot of supporting movements that go along with it that aren't quite the same. They're synergistically active, but regardless, you can still learn to punch decently powerful with both hands. You can still learn to grab and pull with both hands. Something like a cross choke is a nice big gross motor movement. You can probably go both sides with that. But when it starts to become like little detailed movements within big movements, within everything, we get into fine motor dexterity, right? Have to grab just so, you have to move here, you have to move there, adjust. There's a lot of things going on, and your body just is going to have a whole lot of problems trying to learn that on both sides at the same time. So you're better off learning it really, really, really well on one side, because what will happen is you'll learn it very, very, very well on one side, and then you'll learn a whole host of moves that you like kind of on the other side. And then as you get really good at those moves, or decently good at those moves, they will slowly start transferring over, just a little bit at a time. And sometimes it's not always as good, but good enough to make it work, right? So that's the biggest key that I want you to take away in today's episode. And it's going to be a shorter episode because it's just a short topic. But don't sit there and try to do both sides of your body on every technique. It's mostly a waste of time to do that. And coaches, if you're out there and you're trying to tell everybody, hey, do it on both sides, do it on both sides, unless it's a gross motor skill, you're wasting their time and yours because it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as useful to them. And in reality, they're not going to do it both sides. As they get better, for example, scissor sweep is like a huge thing I do. As I've gotten better, I can do scissor sweep both sides pretty darn well. But I'll tell you this, the techniques that I lace off of the scissor sweep for when it fails are very different on each side of the body because, my triangle isn't the same with my left leg over as it is with my right. My arm bar isn't the same. All these things change. So I tend to be very sweepy to one direction, very sweep into submission on the other. It's just something to consider, both from the side of the student and the teacher. Guys, if you have any comments or questions on this, post them below. I'd love to hear about them. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.